Hey, morning everybody. Welcome back to Hex Token Channel. Your host, Superman. We're going to have a lot of fun with this and get in the chat. Say hello. We had a bit of a mini pump overnight, so we're going to talk about that. And of course, that's always fun. It's always good to have a bit of a pump. I know a lot of people got their limit orders still down at 1 cent, and we'll still see whether we'll get there or not. It all depends on the wider market, I think. So we're going to check on that. Let us know your thoughts in the chat about the prop markets as well as we go. Got my good old latte ready to go, so pretty good. As Brennan looks like, says good morning, Superman, and he's got his own latte as well. So that's how we rock on this channel. Got Tin Top. What's up? Hex again. So good to see Tin Top in the house as well. Hope you guys are having a good time. So we're going to get into some of the charts straight away. We've got Hex here on the top left, and of course, woohoo, 4.138 cents at the moment. And look at that, a couple hours ago. Let's zoom on this. A couple hours ago, look at that. That's been pretty good price action in Hex. So if we actually pull that up into the, I actually have to squeeze that down a little bit there just to get that price action in there. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. So a little bit of selling up here. I'm not sure if there's a bottom there. I haven't had a look. But we got up to 4.892 cents. So just shy of 5 cents. And what a tease. What a tease. And then we've been just back down. We went down as low as 3.996 cents. Now we're at 4.138 in the action there. Almost got ourselves back to 4.249. Well, we actually did, but this last hour there. So let's see what we can do. A Hex Token channel pump on there. Let's see whether that happens. We're going to have a lot of fun doing that. So cool. That is Hex at the moment. I'm going to bring up the old full chart here and have a look at the big perspective. That's the hourly chart. Let's have a look at the Hedron on the daily. Hedron on the daily. Woohoo! That is had a big pump too. Went to 436. OMG. I remember that was down at 175 and went as high as 436. That would have been pretty good little returns there. If you'd taken the leap, you'd have to take in the leap, of course. And of course, it's now at 357 at the moment. 357. Not too bad there on Hedron. So look at Maxi. Maxi at the moment, bam, Maxi, of course, is looking at 6.32 cents. But of course, what do we want to look at? We want to look at the premium. What's happening with the premium? That's what we want to say. How's it rocking and rolling? Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look how it is going. Render, please. There we are. Woohoo! So, hey, I said that if the price of Hex did a little bit of a jump up, and let's have a look at the price of Hex again. The price of Hex, if it did a move up, and it did do a move up to almost 5 cents, that we might very well see Maxi jump, and Maxi did not jump. Maxi did not break out. That's what I was talking about, this green candle, at least not yet. So we'll give it one more go, see whether it's the engine that could. Is it the engine that could? We will see. But at the moment, 176, still holding up very strong. But didn't do a little break up to the upside there with the old Hex move to 5 cents. Now, I'm not sure whether that was due to the fact that Hex was, maybe that was, whether it was a real trade or whether it was a bot trade. I'd have to go back and have a look at the trades there. But that's where we are at this stage. So looking still very strong with Maxi. And then finally on Pulse Dodge coin, woohoo! Oh man, that ripped. That absolutely ripped overnight. You got to remember, so look at that. It was just channeling up, bam, 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 bam. Up it goes. Remember, I think was it $2.04? $2.04 we did a last live stream, I think it was. It was right down the bottom here, pretty sure. And look at this go up, up, up. After we finished our live stream, it decided to have a nice little green candle. It would have been better if we'd had a live stream and this was happening. But we were down here when we did our last live stream from the looks of it. So some crazy, crazy stuff. So pretty awesome. And all the way up here to the top here, and then we spiked up to $2.72. So 72 cent gain there. Mad. Tape it off there. Got sold off down to 232, but now back up to 242. Let's see where this little baby can go. That's on the hourly. Let's have a look at the daily to pull this into a bit more wider context. That's our chart for the daily. Look at that, man, oh man. So it is up. This is what I said. If it does something like this is really bullish, and it has done it. So we have to turn the plane around. Gunther and his friends, whoever, I don't know, whoever's in there, they are flying this plane upwards. and we're going to have to turn that to green plane again. Bam, there we are. This is the one we're watching. See whether they can keep their team together. And of course, the scarcity play is pretty cool. Now, Gunther's been posting some tweets about the pumpamentals of this. Obviously talking about 1000x, all that sort of goody stuff, and maybe a post the launch phase, which has got about 42 days to go. This thing will really fly. We will watch this very closely as well. So cool. That is the action. So good action all around generally. And Hex now at 4.138 cents. Let's jump over to the markets. Markets 20,662 for BTC. Now it has been over 21,000 most of the time that I recall. So it's just pulled back a little bit there. ETH at 1124. BNB at a 219. So 219 for BNB. And let us jump back over to the BNB coins and have a look at Pulse Dodge, the original. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Pulse Dodge, the original there, is down 17%. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Boy, oh boy, Pulse Dodge coin, man, that got sold off really hard. Oh, ouch. Okay, so that's what happened there. It was actually booming pretty well. This is on the daily. Then it came down all the way down, and it's been sold off from the looks of it by maybe a bigger player in there. Just decided to, nah, I'm out, and maybe just sold out. Who knows? So let us know in the chat if you've got any further insight on Pulse Dodge, the original. P33 also on the sell down. Maybe that's to do with the BNB chart there. Let's have a look at BNB a bit closer. Let's have a look at BNB a little bit closer here. We're going to go to the last, we on the hourly, the charts there. Let's go to the last 7 days. Have a look at the charts. So BNB on the rise there. So that's pretty good. But this is on the sell-off. So some pretty crazy stuff there. It was as high as 21 cents, and of course has hit as low as 14 cents in the day. It's currently at 16 cents. So ouchie, 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 that for that one too. That's my new phrase now. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. When it has a really hardcore. Finally, we've got some good news in the BNB chains here. Internet money is rising slowly and surely, just very slowly, like it's doing the old tortoise in the hair, is it? It's like the tortoise. It is up to 611 there, so it's just slowly creeping up there as it goes. It's pretty hilarious, but it's still climbing slightly. But the other two, man, they've been hit pretty hard today. So cool on the ETH chain though. The ETH chain's looking good. So congratulations to everybody for that. We're going to look a wider view out on the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is zigzagging at our support line, so we might very well see this kind of action happen here. Now this lasted for about a month. Let's see how long this lasts at this stage. No doubt the shorters just need some negative news. I'm sure the shorters will come up with some of that. Let's have a look at the investing, the stock market. Have a quick look at that. Just give us a even wider context. So let's have a look at that. We have positive day for Dow Jones at 3,500, up 641 points. That's a good news, folks. But what we're going to get is volatility, right? So just to take that into account. Stock market today down and strong start to week as energy growth racks up gains. So positive for that, positive. And so we've got the S&P back up at 90 points. So everything up just over 2%, pretty much 2.5%. NASDAQ up to 11,000. The VIX, which is the volatility index, is down slightly, only slightly to 30. And the dollar's cooled off. The dollar index has cooled off a little bit there. Let's have a look at how the commodities are doing. We've got here crude and that pretty even. They're not too much different there. 109, 114. Remember, they were over $120. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if we see even higher prices than that later in the year. And I mean near term, not far term. So we'll keep watching that. Gold at 1833. Food down just slightly. Soybeans, we're going to keep watching the food. Obviously, food shortages and things like that. We're going to keep watching those sort of stuff. So stay tuned for that. I don't think there was anything else in this particular article that's of worth. So let's have a look. He's like, ooh, everyone likes doing those shots, don't they? That's pretty funny. What else? Let me just make this a little smaller. Put that on the page. Energy, Tesla. So yeah, nothing interesting there. Just go through. Sharp decline in resale activity will thus weigh in considerably. Yeah, so this is probably the stuff that we're going to look out for. On the economic front, the housing market continues to show signs of cooling, though prices remain firm amid a lack of supply. So far, holding up this story of the housing market, that would be another catalyst for volatility and bearish conditions. So we're going to keep watching the property story. The sharp decline in resale activity will thus weigh considerably on the housing component of GDP, which is on track to contract roughly by 20% in the second quarter. So obviously people have just recently started talking about recession possible probability. I think Elon Musk put it at 30%, I think. So you got a few people like that. The growth data pointing to economic weakness prompted analysts Goldman Sachs to lift their bets on a recession over the year to 30%, up from 15%. So that's something we're going to keep looking out for, the property and the talk of recession. So let's keep on pressed on that one. So cool. But on a more positive note, we got Rack and Rochelle posting a cool site here about the highest of stakes. So got a couple of people from the highest of stakes scene there. Rackham under the spotlight, and the director, I think it's director, isn't it? Director or producer, someone like that guy there. We got real moments of questions and reflections from the highest of stakes crew. It's not always fun and games. Caitlin, Grant, and Patrick take this project very seriously. I was given no quarter on camera, so apparently we'll give that smash that a like. I think that was it from Rackham, out on the boats, having a good time out on the boat as well. That's pretty cool. Richard Hart. Now, Richard Hart, man, got himself stuck. His Ferrari's stuck in the sand. Don't know what you guys think of this, but he got himself stuck big time. So it's just the way it is. Just the way it is. Hey, we got a few people in the chat here. We're going to leave it on the Ferrari stuck in the sand for a minute and catch up to the tweets. The comments in the chat. Christos in the house. Good evening, Superman. Thank you for always being here for us. Hey, man, Christos, you're here twice a day. Going to keep doing it, man. Keep doing it. I love this community. Love these ecosystems. It's going to be an absolute fun ride, man. Steve's in the house there. G'day, Hexagons. Good to see you, Stevie D. Brizology, yes, thank you for being so consistent. You're welcome there, Briz. And big shout out to everybody in the community. Shimon, a lovely people, says Dan. Sandy Beach in the house with the sandy beaches. I love it. Hi, Hex Token and everyone. Beautiful day. Absolutely is. Certainly looks like a beautiful day when Richard's getting his, was it $1 million Ferrari stuck in the sand? Some pretty fun stuff. Exactly says, hey, Hex Token, first time on the chat, been streaming for months though. Thanks for all the uplifting content. Hey, exactly. You're welcome. It's great to see you in the chat too. It is a pleasure. Matt and Barley's in the house there. Good morning all. Hey, good to see you, Matt. Sandy Beach has smashed the likes, peeps. Yeah, great content every day. Yeah, definitely subscribe and smash the likes. We're heading up towards 4,800 subscribers, slowly creeping up into that big 5,000 mark. We'll get there in the end. Jim Rat Crypto's in the house there. Got to do the old arm there. That's for you, Jim Rat Crypto. I know I haven't got my biceps out, but that's for you. Hey. Good to see GRC in the house. Hex Token, your videos are always so good and info dense. Thank you so much. Hey, Jim Rat Crypto, appreciate it. Peace and the old power arms there for you. Sandy Beach says GRC. Yeah, GRC's in the house. GD says, hi, Superman. Voice chat is popping off. I'll look at the stream later. There is a voice chat on. And, of course, you can see it in the voice chat. Do get in there. I don't know how long that will be open it for. Just coincidentally with the same time of the live streaming. But if you want help to talk about crypto in any way, there's going to be for beginners or advanced. There's you can get into to have a good time in there. So that's very cool. A big shout out to It's Now and Fat Sammy for organizing that. Big shout out. What else we got going? So cool. We got Richard Hart's Ferrari stuck in the sand. Can't believe it. James Bond in the house there. Hello, everybody. Yeah, good to see you, James Bond. DB Cooper in the house. Greetings, Hexkins. Terry Doc says, yeah, I agree with Jim at Crypto. Your streams are always good. I appreciate it, Terry Doc. And dear sir, Wen Moon. Yeah, well, we got a mini pump today. So we'll take the mini pump. That's what we've got there. That's our mini pump today. We'll take it after being down at even 2.8 cents. I think we'll take the pump up towards 5. Chance nicely says, hey, Superman, thanks for the stream. You're welcome. Feels like the calm before the storm, says Dave down under. What's the context of that, Dave? Let me know what you talking about, the price action or Pulsechain? Let me know. Bob Wells says, hey, gang, happy rainy first day of summer, says Bob Wells. Well, I was going to say it's actually our first sunny day here in good old Kiwi land. It's been very bad weather the last 2 weeks, I would say. And rain and stormy stuff like that. So it's good to have a sunny day today. I'm on day number, I think I'm on day number 6 for my walk. Day number 5, day number 6. Day number 5, maybe. Day number 5 for my walk. Hour and a quarter walk a day. So there we are, represent. Brendan's in the house there. Oof, that Ferrari is bogged. I know, that's bogged. I don't know what the cleaning job. You really wouldn't want to take a Ferrari on the sand, I would have thought. So that's probably good for the viral marketing there, getting some good marketing shots. Is that a camera on the side of the car too? There's a camera there sitting on there. But man, getting that sand in there, boy, you got to be careful with Ferraris. Be expensive to clean. Imagine that. She beach, says Bob. Yeah, love to stay, but the dogs are calling. When the beach, got to go. Hey Matt, enjoy yourself. Run along that beach, that's for sure. Bob Wells says thanks. Hex will be down to a penny, says Bob Wells. Thankfully, Hex will be down to a penny, says Bob Wells. Yeah, so people still expecting volatility, still expecting that next leg down for Bitcoin. So we'll be watching for that as well. And with Hex testing at 1 cent. So at the moment, Hex is looking good at 4.1 cents. Let's see if we can do a bit better as well. We're looking out for that. Woo, Superman, the ledge, non-stop positive energy. Hey, Mexican Hexagon, you are welcome. I'm feeling good about this. Wait for the second live stream this afternoon. That's going to be a lot of fun. DB Cooper says driving Ferrari on the beach is definitely a publicity stunt. Funny stuff. Yeah, it could be expensive publicity stunt, but nevertheless, it is pretty funny. All right, so we got that shot, and we got this shot here of Richard Hart themselves with this can. Is that his Red Bull can? And he's got his camera on the front there too. So doing some nice shots there. Very, very cool. All right, that's some crazy stuff right there. So cool. That is from Richard Hart. He got. We had Corey Costa's crypto coins article. Definitely check that out. That was Corey Costa there. So if you want to check that out, I wanted to write an article expressing Hex and the passion of Hexagon community. Please consider reading and sharing. It highlights our strengths as a community and fairness of Richard Hart as a leader. Here it is. So that's pretty cool from Corey. Definitely check that out. We got, why am I the most attractive person in Bitcoin? My body is a temple, says Richard Hart there. So posting that. Another little cool little bracelet there it's got on there. Look at that green cryptocurrency. So still pumping it out there. Now this is a fun one. This one here, $250,000 Mercedes G-Wagon 4x4 squared twin turbo V8 side pipes portal axles 4,000 Philippine tracksuit, Prada hat, Gucci shoes, Versace glasses, Rolex watch, and Prada bracelet. So he's smashing all that up. Can't say he lacks style. Good old Richard Hart there. He's got a couple of this. Hexagon, keep Hex trending by using a screenshot of Richard Hart as a meme template. Yeah, so the thing is, this is part of our title, but we've got Hex has been trending on Twitter. And this is the second day now, so get out there and spread the word. Tweet with hashtag $Hex. So $Hex, hashtag Hex, get it out there. That's been pretty cool. And we've got another one here. Someone's actually used it. WT question mark. So cool. People doing that. We've got some more pictures here. Tiny Weirdo. Hex. So $Hex, hashtag Hex. And got cool stuff like that. So that's pretty much it from Richard. We've got a cool video update. We're going to quickly watch that as well. Terry Doc said, did everyone claim their free PLS Dogecoin? No, we've had about 1 in 4 people have claimed so far their Terry Doc. So hopefully some people in the chat, if they haven't, they can do the due diligence and claim. I did, and I'm going to hold, says Terry Doc. That might be a good move, I think, Terry Doc. Matt and Barley says, haven't seen the foreman around. It's now is in the Discord. Discord has a general voice chat on if you want help with, let's see it here. If you want help with the general voice chat, basic questions or advanced questions. So it's a question time. If you have anything to do with want a question about Hex, PLS, PLSX, Fat Sammy and It's Now are helping now as we speak, I think. So in the chat there. So there's a couple of people in there. You can jump in there after this live stream. We'll be going to about another 25 minutes. This is a shorter live stream. So people can get in there and have a chat as well after this live stream. Dave Down Under says, launch rocket of Pulsechain and Snapshot is the perfect storm, says David. Yeah, I agree with you agree with you on that for sure. Dung says, I did holding also for PLSD. Cool. Well done there, Dung Beetle. Checks my pulse is in house. What's up, Superman? Woohoo! What's up? Hey, good to see it. Checks my pulse. And hopefully your pulse is good. good, as we say. All right, so that's pretty much that happening there. We're going to play a video. This is the latest video from Richard. Richard Davidson. Richie Davidson, yeah. So it's pretty cool. Let's have a look at some of this. We're going to have the Hex Daily Stats come up pretty shortly. So stay tuned for that. I'm just going to find the video now. Let us bring it on. This one here. All right, this is the latest and greatest. Let's watch. I'm not sure if this is part 7, but it is Richard Hart, the best of the best of Richard Hart. So I think that's what it's called. So we'll get into it.
It's an amazing run. Went up, 23x in so many days. Green line up, parabola. Fell out of the parabola, red line. Do I run a paid group or I just make amazing price calls for free? I make amazing price calls for free. I called the Bitcoin top on the day. Did I charge you for it? Did I charge you anything for the education? No. Why? Because I've been a retired multimillionaire since 2003. I brag about it all the time. I called the top. And I told you last cycle, Ethereum topped 27 days after Bitcoin did. This cycle, Ethereum topped exactly 27 days after Bitcoin did. Exact same thing. Yep, there you go. Bitcoin's great run.
This one?
Here's where we fall out of the parabola. Yep. Just click the chart. Hey, look, we're going up. Oh, look, we're not going up no more. Doom time. And check the timestamp, and that timestamp equals the picture in the chart. That's where I called the top. Anytime we get one of these big run-ups, which, by the way, is usually following by a crash, which I think we are due for the rest of the crash. We're already down half. I think we'll go down another 75% to an 85% total drop. Nobody else thinks that.
80% total drop for what?
I think Bitcoin will tap $10,000 from its high of 65,000 because that's what it normally does. It drops 85%. Ethereum usually drops 95% because it has lower liquidity, so it acts like a leverage position on Bitcoin to some degree. Well, so Bitcoin runs up, ETH runs up higher.
The people in the Bitcoin ecosystem tell me, look, Bitcoin is unlikely to do what it has been doing in the past couple of cycles, which is drop 80%, precisely because new institutional money have already been placed in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Institutional investors now with more money are likely to make the coin less volatile, so to speak.
It's not true.
How would you respond to that?
They're wrong and I'm right. And I believe that we already had our top at 65K on Bitcoin, 4,400 on Ethereum, and I think we'll find new lows. I think you'll see Ethereum down at 300. I think you'll see Bitcoin down at 10,000 because historically that is what they have done in the past. And if you try and play this time as different game, you're going to lose all your money. Usually it's not different. Usually history tends to repeat itself. Usually the market behavior rhymes. It's not identical, but it rhymes. The top for Bitcoin in this cycle, which had just, I guess, made a new top, so it was a local top, but it lasted 6 months, I called it on the day. I said, this is a top. So Bitcoin went from $65,000 down to $30,000. I think it might even went 29.5, 28, something like that, depending on what exchange you're on. And so it dropped 55% from that day. And how did I know it was that day? Because it fell out of the parabola and everyone had their eyes on a single day. It was the easiest call ever. But it didn't go down the 85 like it normally did. It only went down 55 and now it went up again. But because it went up again, I don't know if it could do a double top. It could just be a temporary higher high and it could go make a new low and make everyone very sad. It took 6 months to make a slightly higher high from 65 to 69. And now
you predicted 60K. Are you prepared to make a prediction on the low?
85% drop. So it was 10K, but now that we went up to 69, it's 11K. I believe in the 85% drop. I believe in people selling the bottom. I believe in the pain. And I don't believe in people buying $1 million JPEGs forever and being profitable forever. Nope. These are reflexive systems. People buy because they go up. They sell because they go down. It went down more than 50%. It fell out of the parabola. When things fall out of parabolas, they drop 85%.
Bullish?
On Bitcoin? No.
Are you bullish on Ethereum?
No.
Why not?
Market's already had a bull run for 3 years. Ethereum already did a 50x. Jimmy Fallon of The Tonight Show has an NFT for his profile picture. El Salvador bought it. Michael Saylor bought it. The world's richest guy bought it. Who didn't buy yet? Who hasn't heard of it yet? You've been in a bull run for 3 years now. You dropped out of the parabola. You dropped 55%. By the way, I called the top on the day. And that top call was good for 8.5 months now and only out of profit one single day by about 6%. even less than 6% actually. And I do that for free.
So it's down 38% now.
All right, so that was all those calls up until the end of 2021. That's the first half. We're going to watch second half in a second, but let's get back to the Hex chart. We got the Hex chart here at the moment on the daily. So we looked at the hourly chart. So we look at the hourly chart over here. We're going to look at the daily now. And of course, we've been watching very closely the yellow line, which is the 13-day EMA, and the 50% Bollinger Band red line. And if you recall, the top blue band is the top 95% of the range of prices, and the bottom 5% at the bottom there, with the red line being 50% of the price range. We're watching the 13 EMA to see it cross. You can see where when it crosses here, it gives a good idea of a trend reversal. Sometimes that can take a day or two, sometimes take 3 or 4 days to confirm. But the steeper the price action, the faster that happens. And of course, you can see the trend reversal there. Also back here, trend reversal back here as well. So let's have a quick look at zoom in on this. We're going to pull that up there on the daily. We can see that we're getting much closer there with the line, and of course we got the price here on the 13 EMA here at 4 cents now. So 4 cents, and we've got the Bollinger Band 50% is at 4.3. So we were at 0.8 of a penny. Now we're at 0.3 of a penny now. So it's really getting closer, but it's not crossed yet. But it's getting much closer. So what happens the next day or two, pretty pivotal now. And so we'll keep watching that. Also today's action as well, where we close higher, we close the better, the quicker that will close, that 0.3 of a penny difference now. So that's a really good sign. Excuse me. So looking forward to that. Let us see some of the other indicators as well. We got the they've got the DMI. We got the sellers are starting to wane. The sellers starting to wane there. Buyers, a steep move higher from the buyers, really positive. And we want to see these two cross, right? We want to see these cross. So I'm very excited about that. And let me just take that off there. So we want to see this cross at the moment. We've got the bullish line is at 25 here. This is for the orange. So the orange line is the momentum of the trend, and obviously that's been in a seller's trend or a bearish trend with the sellers in control. Obviously, we want to see this cross here from the buyers to the sellers and get the momentum. We'll dip down. We expect it sort of a dip down, then go up if we do get the buyers crossing over that over the sellers there in a more bullish scenario. So look at the RSI. RSI got oversold, and of course it's moved back up here to 38. So a lot of room there if we wanted to have a nice little rally there, and also that trend reversal we've been looking for. Obviously, people are still looking for the Bitcoin pullback down to Richard Hart's sort of level, maybe down to 11,000. So one more big move down in the water wave there. So we'll keep looking out for that. Obviously, we're going to have volatility this year, so the chances of that are still very high. We're still in bearish conditions, still in volatile conditions, and this could be just a reprieve at the moment. So just take care out there with getting too overzealous. Dollar cost average in. Keep your limit orders in. A lot of people still got limit orders in, like 1 cent, 2 cents, and things like that. So stay tuned with that one. Not out of the woods. We certainly haven't had the crossover yet, so we haven't had that confirmation of the 13 EMA. So that's definitely what we want to look at there. We've got our retrace values, 2.5, 2.6 cents down at 95% retrace, 1 cent, 98% retrace. So we're not out of the woods yet. And of course, we've got support line here at 3.6 cents. So that's pretty positive. And of course, the next line at 3.8 there. So that was our support line there. As the orange line there, support line. So we're just above that 3.8. So we're actually pretty bullish. That was resistance. Now support at 3.8. So that's pretty cool. And let's see where we get onto. But this cross is very important here. So today's actions, the next day, and the following day, we've got to get that crossed over there at the moment. And if we do, we could see some really cool price action, and that we could get this neat price action here, just like we saw every other time it crosses. So we're looking out for that. That's kind of our good indicator of whether we've got that trend reversal, as it were. Right, let's have a look at a couple of other comments here before we jump onto the second half of Richard's video, which is his price calls in 2022, of course. Those were his first last year's ones. We got a couple of here. Mexican Hexagon in the house there. Here, hugely, Aussie comic Bogan says Mexican Hexagon. D. Daly says he's probably one of the whales, and he said he would invest in Hex after the interview. I wonder what the price of Hex will be when the snapshot is announced, says Terry Doc. Yeah, well, obviously we're down pretty low, so I still suspect we'll get a rally, but a relatively smaller one is my view. But we could have pretty decent percentage gains. DB in the house there, 550, says DB, 550. All right, let's watch the second half.
Does that mean that this is a good time to buy? What's
I don't think
going
so.
on? Where's it going next? No?
No, when it falls out of the parabola, it goes up with a parabolic rise. When it falls out of the parabola, it tends to drop 85% of its value. So 85% down from 69K is 11K. Hello, everybody. Richard Hart here. I called the Bitcoin top on the day 10 months ago while everyone else told you it was going to $100,000. There was a 65K top, and then it went down 55% under 30K, and then it bounced. It went up to 69. Back down to doom again. Now it's at 35. So, you know, bounces aren't illegal. You do get bounces. As a matter of fact, I called a bounce, and my tweet was the literal exact bottom of the bounce. I said, look, we're due for a 12% bounce. We got the 12% bounce, and then we went and did new doom. Who does it better? Nobody. Nobody does it better. I mean, look, I won't tell you I hate bragging because I kind of like it, but I deserve it, man. And that's why I changed my username to I called the Bitcoin top. And who are they putting on TV? People that got you wrecked.
Here it is. Here's the first one. Here's the second one, which is why I brought you back here today, because you did call the top right. I don't think many people gave you the credit because.
It's hard, man. It's hard to take the opposite position to absolutely everyone else, but you know, sometimes you have to.
Where's the next low then for Bitcoin?
Traditionally, Bitcoin drops 85% after a parabolic blow off top. This cycle was different because the government, it should go down to about 11K. So since it was,
that's a reasonable
yes,
expectation.
Agree. Yes, because it's what it has been doing for decades. It always drops 85%.
What's going to happen to Hex?
Hex continues to have giant dips like it always has, but it also makes new all-time highs. You got to understand that an 80% dip only cancels out a 5x pump. And when you have a 1,000,000% pump, you would have to drop 99999999999% to cancel it out. Bitcoin had its run.
It's not had its run. Bitcoin's early days, man. Bitcoin's going to have its real run.
Dude that bought 13-year-old bag that just got here is like, yo, I didn't buy the top. I called the top of the day. You did not. You probably dollar cost averaged into the top on the day. Like, I'm telling you as a person that knows more about Bitcoin than you. I called the Bitcoin top on the day 11 months ago. Who else called the top on the day? Nobody. I called the top on the day, and it's been in profit every single day except one. It's a little tiny day where it made a little Judas candle, got everybody long, a fake breakout, and then went straight down. Dropped 55% after that little fake out. What else? Yeah, called tops on the day for free. Free YouTube, youtube.com/Richard Hart, you name it. We're just living the dream out here. You know, we're doing everything better, and people are starting to figure it out. They're starting to go like, oh, wow, those guys are really killing it. Big Simp 69 asks, have I ever called the Bitcoin top? Yes, I have. More than once. He took on leverage. He encumbered his Bitcoin that he has to get more Bitcoin at a higher price. And now he gets liquidated at 21K. And I think the price would go down to 11K.
Do you think he took out collateralized loans?
Yeah, he bragged about it. He tweeted about it and bragged about it. You know, he took on 200 million of leverage from Silvergate Bank with a Bitcoin collateralized loan. And it's just reflexivity. So now, instead of never having to get liquidated, now you've got a leverage position. And what are the 3 ways smart people go broke? Liquor, ladies, leverage.
Yeah, so once again, Richard Hart doing victory laps. Call top on the day. Bitcoin, told you 27 days later, Ethereum, it did the same. Told you don't pick up pennies in front of freight trains. Withdraw your money, not your keys, not your coins. Celsius stops withdrawals today. Celsius is down 99%. I can't be more right. I'm always right. It's like, it just sucks that the things I'm right about are things that are getting people are just choosing to get themselves wrecked. I know what else I can do for you. It's crazy.
People are like, oh, you were bullish in November of 2017. You're like, yeah. And then the price went up. And then when right before the price started going down, I called it. Like, people are so dumb. They don't update their worldview. Ethereum used to suck. It used to only have scams on it. Then it kicked ass. And now it's too expensive and too full. So I have to launch a new thing called Pulsechain. So, you have to update your worldview. Technology is a constantly evolving process. And if you don't update your worldview, you're just going to get left behind.
So that was pretty awesome.
And written right there on the website, it says you must have no expectation of profit from the work of others.
So that was pretty awesome. Big shout out to Robbie Davidson, a huge community member in the Hex community, Pulsechain, for that. So those are his video series. So very, very nice. Now, those were some calls in 2021, 2022, and some comments around that. So pretty cool. Now we've got the Hex daily stats hot off the press. Day 932, can you believe it? 932 as we head towards 1,000 days in Hex. Pretty amazing. We only crossed 2.5 years just a little while back there. Day 912, 913 was 2.5 years. So we're heading up towards 3 years. And of course, that 1,000 day milestone as well. So day 932 is just hot off the press. 21st of June. We've got a price at 4.147. We've got a third day in a row of nice little strong price growth. 7.4%. So very, very cool. 3 days of a little beauty. So if you'd bought down here, you would have made some pretty nice gains there as well. So congratulations to people who have done that. What's that? Around a 33% somewhere in that ballpark. It's pretty good. Return on investment 735x. We got our payouts. So if you're holding T-shares, Hex is all about T-shares. The more T-shares you get, the more you get paid. And of course, that's what it's all about. Let me just zoom this out a little bit here. So T-shares 6.267 a day per T-share. So T-share stands for trillions of shares. So we just simplify it as T-share. The T-share price, $946. So it's definitely gone up. What was our low in the last 10 days? 719 here, back on day 924. 719, that would have been the best day so far. So it's already up $230 from there. For T-share. Now, the only way to get cheaper T-shares is by staking out longer. Longer pays better, so you stake up for 10 years. You get that for a third of the price. It will cost you about $315, something like that. So to do a 10-year stake, so it's cheaper if you want to get a short. But if you want short stakes, then this is the price of a T-share. Increased T-share rate 3.6, and we're up to 22,812. This is the magic source in Hex in terms of the share rate, so it's good to understand that, spend a bit of time. Average stake length there, 6.6 years. APY, annual percentage yield rate, that's interest or inflation as we call it, and early emergency in-stake penalties is 39.47%. Liquidity in the pool. Now, we've been watching this very, very closely. We have gone down from 149 million yesterday to 144. But interestingly enough, we were back on day 927. We're up at 251. So this moves around when people buy and sell. It also moves around when people add liquidity to the pool and remove liquidity. So we're going to take both of those factors into account. So we're at 144, 400. We're down quite a bit there from the 250, but more importantly, we're probably down quite severely from day 929 there, 184. We're now at 144 million. So cool. Wouldn't it be cool to go under 100 million? That'd be pretty neat. Liquidity in the pool, 9.8 million. We're almost back at 10 million. Woohoo! We haven't been back in 10 million the last 10 days. The last time we were at 10 million was day 920. So what's about 13 days ago? So pretty cool. We're getting back up to 10 million. So close, so close. And of course, we would have been at 10 million earlier today, probably close to 5 cents. There would have been over 10 million, I'm sure. So liquidity in the pool, 1,050 Ethereum. So we'll be watching these liquidity numbers pretty closely. Let's have a look at the T-shares, up 2,889. We had 2 big dead down days, and of course now we're going to update. So we're now at 10,424,000 T-shares. Let's jump over to some of the other stuff. I'm just going to look over here. So total stake coins, 9.42%. And in terms of penalties, so remember stakers who have T-shares or B-shares, as the case may be, So they get paid the inflation up to 3.69%. Of course, that's actually lower than that, but we won't get into all the details of that. But up to the inflation, and they also get 50% of the penalties. So at the moment, 2.8 million. That's a good day in the office for people that stake it. They get rewarded. They have to ride through the price cycles, but they also get rewarded in the volume. And of course, we're going to see lots of penalties paid out every single day. You can see it every single day. Penalties, penalties, penalties. 10 days ago, we had 12.9 million penalties. If you're staked, you're accumulating all that volume, and you get rewarded for that, right? You get rewarded for that. You get rewarded first of all when you go to stake, because you get longer pays better, bigger pays better if you've depending on what you're putting in there, and of course you get the penalties as well. So people that stake are rewarded. That's how the system plays. And look back here, back day 897, we got 11.6 million penalties there, 5.4. 50 days ago, we got 9.2 million back on day 891, and we're getting paid every day these penalties shares. So pretty cool. That is the rewards that go to Hex stakers. So pretty exciting. All right, let's have a look at the key numbers. Stakers up 60 to 96,808, heading towards our big milestone of 100,000. And we've got current holders up 161 to 304,833, and that's also climbing. That's a good day in the office the last 3 days. Look at that, three digits there on all those days. So very cool. And of course, our total holders up to 469. 235. So we know that's heading up towards 500,000. That's kind of cool. It's more of a cool number as opposed to our fundamental numbers, which are current stakers, current holders. Those are the ones we really care about. Obviously, get out, spread the word. As I say, every single day, you can spread the word, whether it's in a chat group, with a friend at the shops or whatever. There's always a chance to spread the word there. And of course, Hex at the moment is a pretty attractive price, right? It's pretty attractive price at 4.1 cents after its major pullback typically. So it's a pretty good range to dollar cost average in, and introduce people to Hex and T-shares and all that good stuff. And of course, they're going to get a copy on Pulsechain, which is really super awesome. So let's get to the Pulsechain timeline. So our last updates on the Pulsechain timeline, which I brought this back so that we can talk about this now in context, is that our testnet V2B currently running is still ticking along there. I think I haven't updated the list on here. So it's currently running for 95 days. 95 days so far. I'll have to spread this out to 95. Let me double check that because I hadn't put that in. Hadn't updated my arrows. That is up to 95 days. Yeah, 95 days for V2B so far, folks. V2B. We've also got version 3 testnet running in the background. I've got a start date. That's just my guess. 1st of May to run about that time, I think. But it could be earlier, it could be later. So it's just a guide there that's running privately with the team. So with the dev team there. Last updates from Richard Hart regarding the Pulsechain was the 23rd of May here. We had Pulsechain update. The validator rotation slashing delegating code has been mostly rewritten and partially implemented in Native Go outside the EVM, thus not in Solidity, for much higher throughput. That was the 23rd of May. And then we got an update on the 4th of June. So Pulsechain update for non-English speakers. It's still being programmed. Validator rotation, jailing, and more. That was the 4th of June. Then we got our final update that we've had so far. Reminder, I have done everything I possibly can do to make Pulsechain launch as soon as possible. Since I can't do anything else technically, I'm spending my time marketing. I'm waiting and you are waiting. So that's probably the key thing. I'm waiting, you're waiting. Spread the awareness and have your plan ready, which is what I keep saying. Get out there, spread the word. The other thing, of course, is it has been a godsend. We saw Richard say that recently on video, that it's been a good thing not having launched earlier because now we've got the market having its big pullback. And no doubt there's a good chance that we'll have one more leg down. Not inevitable. Nothing's inevitable. But a good chance, probably more probable at this stage, that we'll have another leg down, especially with the volatility out there and the talks of recession and things like that. So we'll definitely keep watching that. So that's kind of our latest updates there for Pulsechain timeline. I've got an arbitrary date here, 1st September, but it's just arbitrary. It's not based on anything particular. And then, of course, we've got the highest of stakes going out there. PulseCon's on 6th to 8th of September. All those things coming out there in the future. So let's see how we get on. Let's see how we get on there. Very cool. All right, how we're doing? We're doing pretty well at 12:30 p.m. here on Wednesday afternoon. Can you believe it? Wednesday. It's lunchtime here, Wednesday afternoon. good old Kiwi land. Let's have a quick look at some of the comments. And we're going to go back to our quad charts there. Let us get back into some of these. We've got Ace in the house. Hello. Frosty Dog too. Hello, guys. Terry Doc says, and Richard we trust. I like that one there, Terry Doc. That's a cool phrase. Base Clip says, brand new here. How much Hex do we recommend to buy for a regular noob? Well, once again, we can't give investment advice there, Base Clips. But, picking up enough for one T-share at least would be a good start, depending on your budget. So the more T-shares you get, the better. So that would be pretty cool. Now, if you do stake 10 years, then you'll only need a third of the amount. So you'd only need a smaller amount there. You'd only need a third of this amount. So if you want to get one T-share, you're going to need 22,812 Hex. That would be $946 US. Obviously, if you do a 10 years investment, if you decide to stake it, you'll only need a third of this amount. So that, like I say, about $320 or something. But the more T-shares you have, the better, because you're going to earn 6 Hex per day. You have to ride through the price cycles, remember? Big price cycles. We had a big pullback recently. So just take that into account. That was over 2/3 of a year, that pullback. But we did have 13 parabolic rises before then, and pretty much got around about 1,000,000% growth there on the price from the all-time low on the 5th of January 2020. So go take into account those things. Make sure you do your investment due diligence. More T-shares, the better, generally. You're also going to get copied over on the Pulsechain. So you can get 2-for-1 deal when Pulsechain launches. You'll have a copy of your Hex there too. So hopefully that's a quick guide. Hey, but if you've got a quick question in there, get in there now onto Discord. The link's in the video description, because they're talking about stuff just like that in Discord at the moment under general voice chat with Fat Sammy, and it's down now. So perfect time for you to get in there and ask away. So get in there for that one. Nice one, Base Clips. J-Man in house there. Woo! How's everyone? J-Man says. How's everybody? Hex Down Under says a little pump back down to 2 cents after some whales sell more, says Hex Down Under. Always a chance there. So Hex does have a couple of special features to it. Obviously, it's a staking token. It's a certificate of deposit. It's not just any normal staking token. It's a certificate of deposit with a share rate, and that makes it very different from just about all the other stakings, except for copies of it. So important to know. We also have large holders from the beginning that still do short-term stakes as well. So there's a few features of Hex that you have to get familiar with. Sandy Beach is in the house there. Boop, boop, boop. J-Man says, relief rally is not going to last long. We are still in a bear market for a while. Yeah, J-Man says, I agree with that 100%. So, yeah. What else have we got? Welcome to the #1 Hex PLSX channel. Hey, I appreciate that, Ace. Yeah, we're twice a day. Pulsechain, Pulsex, and Hex. We're doing on Hex Token channel here non-stop. Only invest what you can afford to lose. That's probably another good principle to remember as well. What Brennan Eslick said, small but regular is better than one-day punt, DCA in and out. Yeah, so you can buy a bit of Hex every once a week, depending on how you want to do it. It's just up to you, but accumulate T-shares typically is a good strategy. Alan Merlos and Al there, Superman, you'll never fail us. Thank you, brother. Al, appreciate that. Big shout out. Peace. All right, so yeah, definitely get into the general chat there. We got Fat Sammy. It's now Hexcon1 GD in there as well. That is the link is in the video description, and you can talk about things like that. How much should you invest, and get some discussion going. Obviously, nothing is investment advice. You do have to make your own due diligence and assessments on that. But great place to learn from people that are already in the ecosystem. Pretty cool. So coming up to 48 minutes, so we're not doing too bad here. Hex Down Under with the Supermans and a Crispy Bacon. Hey, Superman, what do you think? How high can Hex go in the next bull run? Well, at the moment, I'm just thinking about $1 crispy, but I just don't know when that will be. We've definitely got rid of a lot of whales over the last year and a half, particularly. So food for thought there. At the moment, I'm sort of being more modest, so thinking about just getting back to all-time high. So 52 cents is kind of where I'm feeling at this stage. Academiciate. What I'm waiting to see, Chris, is I'm waiting to I talk about a lot of these fundamentals in the house. I'm waiting to see them all in place and see how the impact accumulates to make a better assessment of that. So it's a good question, but still waiting for a few of those bricks. We're getting a lot of bricks laid in the wall, as it were, and waiting for that foundation. So waiting to see all those get into place. A bit more insight into that. Academiciate, man, it's a name and a half. Come on, Wales, dump it to the penny, says, yeah. A lot of people have got limit orders, I think, at 1 cent and 2 cents. Some people have got them even lower than that. So put your limit orders in. You just never know your luck. You never know if you get a flash crash as well. That might serve as the very true bottom. We're all hunting that true bottom, and as I said in the previous chart, we're waiting for that. Good guide is our EMA, 13-day EMA, exponential moving average there to see whether it crosses the Bollinger Band and get us our trend reversal that shows up in the chart. So it's a kind of a good lights our way, as it were. So very, very cool. Sandy Beach is in the chat there. Nice. All right, so let us jump around back to that is the Hex Daily Stats. So we've gone through that. The market at the moment, let's have a quick look at that before we wrap up. We're going to wrap up shorter today. So we're going to get up maybe a few more minutes. So BTC at 20,690, Ether 1100, BNB at 219. We've got our stable coins looking reasonably good. USDT is always a little bit under there. Let's have a look at USDD. That was struggling with the Tron, of course. Depegged quite a bit. We can see that on the last 7 days. The depegging there, depegged all the way down. Can you believe it? There's the Tron one, all the way down to 92.6 cents. It's managed to recover mostly. They were scrambling to get I think US dollars to the hundreds of millions of US dollars to support this token at the moment. We'll see if it survives. It's still got under a lot of pressure in the current climate, so it's actually at 97 cents, 97.5 at the moment. Let's see whether it can actually do that. Now, what we do like is LUSD stable. LUSD stable has been doing pretty well. Is that going to come up there? That will hopefully come up. LUSD. It's not coming up on this one. We'll have to jump out of here and go over to CoinGecko, and we'll pull up LUSD here. LUSD. Am I not spelling that right or something? No, there it is. LUSD. All right, cool. Number 180 on CoinGecko. That has been performing like a boss, and of course the returns on Liquidity platform have been going through the roof. So we're going to have our own LUSD. That's going to be called USDL, the liquid loans. And man, if this is any sign of performance, we are going to have fun times. In fact, I think it will be performing extremely well with the backing of PLS as its token. As we always say, that's an exogenous support. In other words, the asset that's backed USDL is sitting outside of liquid loans as the native token. They're much better than endogenous ones like Terra Luna, where the Luna and the UST were all part of the same platform. So much better. And of course, we don't have that burn mint function. We have a pretty much a lock-in and a redeem function there. So that's pretty cool. Look at it, it's been performing like a boss over $1. It's actually had a premium over $1 peg, and of course looking pretty good there. 30 days, look at that, pretty exciting. 30 days. It's tapped $1 a couple of times, but that's really at a premium. The market's going to reward and move towards stronger stable coins, and this is what you're going to see, especially in these volatile times. Flows will go into, and of course correspondingly the rewards, the APY and stuff on Liquidity platform have been just jumped, really super attractive. So some pretty exciting stuff there. All right, cool. That is pretty neat. So it bodes well for Pulsechain, man. Pulsechain, I think we're heading in the right direction on many fronts. And of course, it's not just Richard Hart's team, but many of the other leading teams that are going to help make that a huge success. We've seen Overwatch doing exchange, fiat gateways, that sort of thing. We've got Power City, we've got Liquid Loans, we've got the Fiat, which is still a little bit more unknown, still looking a bit more from that team. We've got other teams out there that are adding a lot of value. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see that play. We need all that to make it super successful. So cool. Right, that is pretty much it. Don't forget, if you want to get in and get some really good Q&A there, ask any questions, particularly if you're new to crypto, get into the general voice there on Discord, join up. We've had 515 members now. We just crossed over 500. We've got the Wizard in the house. So give the Wizard a good old Superman on that one. So welcome to the Wizard. Get into the general chat there. Way to go. Brennan says, did you like what Rackham said about EHEX when he talked to Lit? People think it's going to die. It's not. It's going to be a surprise. It will survive. Brennan, I agree with you. That's what I've said too. I've been on this channel consistently saying that the Ethereum, I think Hex will do well on both chains. Richard, some time back, said that Hex will do well on both chains. These are his projects, so he wants them to do well. Ethereum's not going anywhere. Ethereum will continue to thrive. And of course, we've got thousands of tokens that tick along every day. And it's typically 5,000 to 6,000 active trading pairs. And of course, the Hex is likely to do well on both chains. I saw he's going to be supporting them on both chains. Why not? Why wouldn't he? Passive income on both chains. I mean, it really is pretty lucrative. And of course, Hex on Ethereum should even do really well. If Pulsechain does well, Hex on Ethereum should do well too. That's kind of my thoughts there. I know some of the retail book wants to sell their, some retail people want to sell their eHex and then bridge it over and all sorts of stuff like that. I think that's a short-term issue. I think long-term, the whales will go, okay, you want to sell? I'm going to buy this circulating supply up because we've got both the same mathematics on both chains. We've got the same holders on both chains to start with, and that will only change over time. So I definitely agree with that. Brendan says whales are chasing T-shares on both chains. Gas fees mean nothing to them, says Brendan. Yep, I agree with that. And ETH 2.0 eventually will bring some relief to the fees. I do definitely think that people should be petitioning Vitalik around the S-load function fee hikes. So that should be maybe something that the community pushes back on and tries to put a bit of pressure on the Ethereum team there, particularly Vitalik. Maybe an avenue. Not sure whether much has been done around that or not. But of course, with sharding and other stuff, that would be a good case for reducing it as well. Chris P says, I think eHex will end up attracting more institutional investors, while PHEX will be popular with smaller retail investors who are conscious about gas fees. I agree with that. Yeah, that's for sure. All right, cool. All right, we're going to let's pick up here. We're going to take one more picture of from Richard. This is one of my favorite ones here. This is around Pulsechain with the devs. So let's listen to this one.
So there is no such thing as perfect security. Perfect security, you have a ratio between the amount of effort you put into being secure and the amount of effort that people are using to attack you. And then you have what's called attack surface. The more places that you have to secure, the less secure a thing is. Hex was more easy to secure than a lot of things because it has a limited number of functions, and most of those functions timed out. So for instance, if there was a flaw in the referral program, that doesn't exist anymore. So it doesn't matter. If there was a flaw in the adoption amplifier, it doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't matter. And so by restricting the number of functions and making the code immutable so that it can never change, it allowed us to be extremely secure, which is why we've never had an inflation bug. We're extremely resistant to inflation bugs, but Bitcoin's had several inflation bugs. Monero's had inflation bug. XLM's had an inflation bug. Ravencoin's had an inflation bug. Coins have inflation bugs, which basically means you can mint as many free coins as you want all the time, but my coin doesn't. It's a superior design. Now, Pulsechain, we're using the most secure software that's out there already, which is Ethereum. It's never had an inflation bug. And we're fixing a lot of things. The code that is Ethereum isn't perfect, and we're making it better than what we got.
So that was pretty cool. Richard, I like that particular video from the Highest of Stakes series. And Brendan says, I'll be buying eHex as well, Superman, if the T-share value is lower than Hex on Pulsechain. Yeah. There's the other thing is that you've got competing APYs on both chains. So that's the other thing is I think will play out. Also, we're going to obviously have bonded liquidity, as Richard always goes, bonded liquidity. So it's going to be pretty cool. It's now says voice raid from the Discord. Woohoo! So we're late, says Fat Sammy. Hey, you're welcome, man. You guys are doing important work in there in the chat there. I really appreciate what you guys do. Onboarding is a big part of the Discord. So cool information, cool community, and of course onboarding is a big part there. So I've got to remember that in the future. Stuck in the voice chat. Yeah, stuck. What's up, people? And Brendan says the foreman in the house. Yes, now it's in the house there. And we've got Fat Sammy too. Frosty Dog, 5.2 cents. Woohoo! I like that, Frosty Dog. Great first voice chat says it's now nice. So I was just about to jump in there myself. It's now. So pretty cool. I think we still had GetHex in there, was in the voice chat, but seems to have jumped out of there. Hey, we're coming up on 58 minutes, so we're going to wrap up early with an hour live stream. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. Some cool insights from Richard Hart, of course, and a big shout out to Robbie Davidson for doing this video series, getting out some of the good stuff there. We're going to have a lot more of that in the future. The other thing, of course, is let's quickly check out on the prices. We've got just under 4.1 cents here on the Hex, so we'll be watching that pretty closely. We've got Hedron at 3.57. We've got Pulse Maxi at 7.4 cents. Had a bit of a jump there, man. A crazy jump up to 8.75. The premium at the moment is currently at 76% premium. So still like a boss there. Look at that, pretty good. No breakout yet above the range of 82%, but still doing pretty well. Pulse Dodge coin just turned red at 237. We'll leave the plane. We'll change the plane to red there for a moment, but we'll probably make it green when it comes back next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Definitely subscribe. In towards 4,800 subscribers on this channel. Very exciting. Sandy Beach says, I tried the voice chat, but I got an error. Maybe next time. Yeah, I think you're the only one in there, Sandy Beach. I'm not sure. But get into general chat. We'll try and help you out with that. Javier's in the house there. Morning, all Javier. Hey, we're just about to wrap up, Javier, but great to see you in the house there. We're going to play out our funky music on the way out. This is how we roll, and we're going to we're going to have a look at the Power Core City, Power Core as well. I think it's going to be a pretty key, a pretty pivotal project, and of course, I love the funky music. So this is not a sponsored video, by the way. I just play the music because it's cool. So let's play that on the way out. I'll catch you later on today. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. All right, take care, everybody. Catch you later on today in about 4 or 5 hours' time for live stream number 2. And, of course, we'll be talking about some new content and checking on the prices. That's how we roll. Don't forget to get in the Discord, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Bye for now. Take care. Woohoo! Rock on. Rock on.